So, the joys of having vehicles is that, I mean, it's that boy here. Oh, pants. Do one thing at a time, shop. Oh, pants again. Right, there we go. The joys of having a vehicle is that you can get from A to B whenever you want, however you want. But they're so goddamn expensive. That's brakes, wheel bearing, flipping tyres. I don't even want to know how much this is going to be. But I tell you what it does do. I'm now petrified about how much it's going to cost to get the car sorted, but we need it, so we have to do it. Which means I'm going to work shitloads harder to try and make more money to offset the bigger costs that we've now got with the car. So it's weird, isn't it? It was like what I was saying about procrastination the other day. That fear is a huge driver for me. The more I fear something, the more I am determined to fight against it. So if this car's going to cost us 400 quid to get sorted, I want to be making an extra £800 this month just to cover the cost. It's fear. Fear is a powerful, powerful thing. And I really do think if you don't embrace it, it'll destroy you. So, how the hell do I now make more money to pay for the car? That's the $1 million question, isn't it? Today I am back at the office. It is midday, it's like 12:30 and I've just got to the office, but we've spent all the morning basically just prepping stuff, boxing things, making sure wholesale orders are ready and packed and boxed and going to the right places. So all of that's sorted. Heavily running out of post office bags, so I had to go and get some more. I think I left them in the car. We've been contemplating on getting a different camera or something else. I think what we're going to try and do is use the DSLR that we've got, get an actual shotgun mic so we can shoot these types of things. Because part of the problem I've been having, and the frustration, when you get 3 angles on a walk from A to B, it's time consuming because I record everything on a mobile phone. So the problem I've got is I have to put it down, walk away, walk back, pick it up, put it down, walk away, walk back, pick it up, put it down, walk away, walk back. So I do that however many times I need for those shots. So you end up walking three times further than what you actually need to go because it's backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. But if you have a mobile, a DSLR and a little GoPro, that's 3 cameras, that's 3 angles in one. So we set up, walk back, walk to, collect, collect, collect. Off we go. That is the idea. So like I was saying the other day, the whole idea of this vlog, as I said yesterday, is to get creative. It's to be able to really quickly learn something. And you can give me a book and I can read it. Whether I do much with it is hit and miss. You can give me pictures and I'll probably understand your pictures and how to do things better than I would do if I read it. But if you just throw me in at the deep end and I have to do stuff, I guarantee you I'll excel. As I said with the procrastination vlog as well, it's about fear. When I know that this order has to go out the door in 24 hours, I work 23 hours to make sure it's done. So by forcing these videos, it allows people to see what it is that we do, and I hope, I really do hope that there are a few people that will watch this and go, do you know what? They make a living out of making sex toys. They do it themselves. They started up a business with two small children. One at the time that wasn't even born is when we first started dabbling in this industry. It's taken some hard work, don't get me wrong. But we've been able to do it. My family's never worked in this trade. They have very little knowledge of this trade. I hope that there will be people that take away the fact that dreams aren't always dreams. A dream is an achievable goal. The journey from where you are to your dream, that whole journey from where you are and your dream, this space in between, this unknown space in between, is where 99% of people fail. Because what happens is this whole section, from start to finish, from reality to dream, it's a void that is full of pitfalls. It's full of heartbreak. It's full of pain. It's full of pleasure and knowledge. But we're so easy to remember the shit that went wrong and the pain that we suffered, opposed to the successes that we've had. I can sit down and I can tell you right now, one of the biggest pains and suffering that we've had with this business was losing just over £1,000 in one event. The event was horrific. It was at the O2 in London, and it was called Sexpo. It cost us over £1,000 or so to stand. We then we made £6,500 worth of stock because we didn't know what people would buy over the 3 days. We had car parking that was about somewhat like £35–40 for a couple of days. We then had petrol backwards and forwards from Leicester to London. That's like a 2.5 hour drive each way, twice a day for 3 days. And the reason we drove back was because we didn't know what people would buy, and our biggest fear wasn't that we'd spent too much or we wasn't going to make the money. It was that we wouldn't have the right stock for the people that was coming, and we didn't want to sell out of what was popular. So the idea was we'd sell during the day, we'd call Monica back at home, me and my brother, and we would then travel all the way back because Monica would have made the stuff. We could then collect it, bag it, sort it, bring it down to the event the following day, and then sell it again. Problem was we never ran out of any stock because we never really sold anything. That was a hard lesson to learn. And many people would have said, no, not again. Whereas we turn it into a positive, make a better product, we sell them off cheaper because they're not perfect, they're not as good as the new stuff. And then we gave a lot away for reviews, which again increased our brand. So it's a case of taking that bad experience and moving forwards. From reality to dream, the problems are going to happen. That was our problem. And instead of falling back into reality and going, oh, I've lost all this money, I'm never going to do it again. What we did was we said, okay, so we lost money. So what? Let's make more money. How do we do it? That type of thinking will get you from reality to dream. My life isn't quite a dream, just so you know. It is still fraught with stuff that just constantly goes wrong. If things were perfect, I'd think something was wrong with my life, to be honest with you. So, I suppose the point I'm trying to make is I want you as a viewer to realise that if this is pounding, going, I want to do it, I want to do it, I want to do it, and this it is aching and throbbing because you're thinking about what goes right, what goes wrong, what if this does this, what if that does that, you're in a great position. And the reason you're in a great position is because you've hit that very first problem and you're thinking about how to overcome it. And the weird thing is, from reality to dream, there are more problems here that are small. There are small problems here, and many of them, that stop you moving further forwards. And it's problem after problem after problem. Yeah? The further towards your dream you actually get, there are still problems. They're just larger. They cost more. They are bigger risks. They are bigger gambles. They have a bigger effect, both positive and negative. So, being able to learn at the very beginning in reality and take that step and do that step, overcome that problem, you can then move on to the next problem. And that sounds weird saying move on to the next problem, but that's kind of how you have to look at it. It's a problem, it's an experience, it's a lesson learned. You'll probably hit that same problem again at some point, but you have the knowledge, you have the ability to understand what's going to happen. You're in a better position. So next time it comes around, you don't even bat an eyelid, you just do it because you know. But then comes along another problem and you go over that. And it gets to the middle point where you know the small problems, but you can't anticipate the big problems. And you don't know the big problems. That's the scary part that we have right now. The big problems are costing thousands. You know, and I'm talking like £6,000 to £10,000 of an investment. At £6,000 to £10,000, let's say it makes you £30,000. That's great. That is wonderful. But if it grabs me by the balls and drags me back down here for 6 or 10 grand, I would be in trouble. But it's a risk. What we have to do, in the middle of reality and dream, is calculate that risk, understand that risk by knowing what we do, speaking to people who've already been there, asking the questions that we need to know before, and calculating, educated guesses. There's so many things that you can do to make those big problems lots of small problems. And failing on one small problem and succeeding on 3 is better than failing on one large problem. It is hard. But we're doing it. So can you. This is almost how my dirty dream looks, by the way, as well. I just have white walls and more space. That's how the dirty dream really looks.